Now creme brulee is one of those very simple desserts, and people love them. So if you have a restaurant, I think it's a good idea to have one because people always order them.
True.
But then you gotta torch it at the table. That's what really adds
No,
up.
you don't torch it. You saw the torch.
Before you serve it.
Who? Torch it in front of me. People like fire. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what you do.
You don't have to.
That individual server.
Random window.
Anybody's got a whisk because mine is gone.
Ah, you see?
have one.
We live in a fuck ass country, so we do shit out there. I'm gonna get robbed.
Too many Hispanics in the
Hispanic wear chains, no rings, no nothing. My glasses are made of
That's
plastic.
the thing. I leave my things at the back and students just grab them like it's theirs.
Oh, is that it? Yeah. Oh, that's your whisk?
Mostly Hispanics and
Fresh.
Haitians. You're still.
I am recording this.
And that's so horrible.
No, I know that it's in like everything.
Come on, how many things do you have at your place that you borrow from somebody?
That I borrowed.
I used to. It was a point I never brought anything to school anymore because I lost here more things than at work. Like way more at school than at work.
No, I've lost tons of stuff.
So I stopped bringing my stuff, but then I had to do the demos, and it was a big hassle. So I brought them back again and again.
Yeah, that's why this
Slowly.
time you're like,
Slowly things are disappearing.
Exactly. I have to be like behind people. You borrow that? You borrow that for me? Because they forget to give it back.
yeah.
Oh, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna scrape the vanilla.
Hey, thanks for the comedy show. Come look at this.
What
Make sure you put everything in your heavy cream. Now, you can flavor creme brulee different ways. You can infuse your cream by adding spices or teas, or you could do coffee by using the coffee granule, the coffee beans. You just crush them a little bit and put them with your heavy cream. Teas, you could do like
Jasmine vanilla is what I was just
tea,
thinking.
or
Jasmine vanilla.
you could do also use leaves like basil or mint, or what else can you use?
Lemongrass.
Sage. Lemongrass is
Sage?
good.
Wouldn't that be a little like more?
No, sage is good for desserts also.
What about pomegranate?
Mm,
Really
Doesn't
gonna
have
be-
flavor.
I'm thinking
Yeah,
thinking
they have
citrusy,
and it's
but
too watery, and
More
it's gonna
color.
add more.
It's more aphrodisiac.
It's gonna give color but not flavor.
So
Now you can add, say you want to have like a fruit, you can put like blueberries and then pour your mix in there and bake it with that, or like raspberries. If you want to put a fruit with your creme brulee, don't use anything that has a high amount of liquid, okay? Just a fruit that's not going to release a lot of liquid or is not too acidic, because it's going to curdle your cream, and
Banana.
then it's going to be really liquidy.
so more on the berries.
Banana.
Yeah, like I've done like a layer dulce de leche, sliced bananas, and then I put my
Yes,
custard
banana's
mix on top,
perfect.
and then I bake it.
if you
that
roasted
sounds-
some pears first and then later.
Or you could do poached pears.
roasted pears.
Yeah, poached is better than roasted.
I like
And then things
Tomato,
like that.
tomatoes, kosher.
Now you could also do nuts with your creme brulee, or liqueurs. You can use liqueurs. So there's a lot of ways to give flavor. I've done it with also flowers, like lavender. I've done rose petal. I've done orange blossom, jasmine. So it's
Just like a light essence of it.
yeah, a little bit of
I think almond would be good.
roasted almonds. Also give it a
A little bit of almond
flavor.
oil.
Okay, so we're gonna add slowly. You can use a ladle, or you can, if this is not a whole lot, so I can just do it like this. But if it's a lot of liquid, it's better to use a ladle. Okay, so we're gonna add it slowly into the egg yolks.
Could you use a giant mixer on low speed and just add it in like
Yeah,
that?
you could, but you don't want to incorporate too much air.
No, I mean like on the like just the lowest.
Yeah, just
the
low
lowest
speed and make sure it's not gonna cook it.
Yeah. Just because I was thinking like a big batch,
Yeah.
you know, like the whole part.
I usually when I have big batches, I just use a ladle and just add a ladle at a time and you whisk it. Sometimes it's hard to get
I think
the.
people do it fast enough, but they just straightforward.
That's what I'm saying. I told you guys about the story.
I never heard of it.
No, the thing is, if you get this too thick or a little thick, like a creme anglaise, it's not gonna bake well. You know, it takes too long and it's not gonna have a good texture. So that's why I like doing it slowly.
Okay, by doing
If
it
you're doing a
faster-
creme anglaise, maybe it can work, but for a creme brulee, it doesn't work too well like that. Because this is baked. The creme anglaise, you don't bake it, it's the sauce. So you do want to cook it a little bit more, but this one is baked, so you don't want to get it way so it's too thick before you bake it. Okay, now this is good. So after this, I'm gonna go ahead and strain it with a chinois. Now I use the chinois because you want to make it super smooth, get rid of any pieces of, you know, egg or anything that does not belong there.
Does the vanilla beans go through it? Like
The seeds, yeah.
Yeah, those
the specs.
The pod, no, but the seeds, yeah. Okay, so after this, there's a little bit of foam on the top. I'm just gonna remove it with the ladle. I don't want any foam on the top, just a little bit, okay? Don't get half of your creme brulee mixed out. Okay, because when it bakes, you don't want that texture on the top, like that bubbly texture. So I'm gonna go ahead. You guys are gonna use the ramekins, the aluminum ones, because I don't know where the rest of these went. So we have only a very few. But these are the typical ramekins for creme brulee, either round, oval. I've seen them square. So these are the ones that we use.
And this height also.
That
Now I'm gonna
height,
have to make
pretty
triangular
shallow.
Do you think they could be in their a la carte?
I don't know.
Or producing?
But just use the aluminum. I don't want you guys to be looking for ramen.
I just want to try yours.
Okay, so we fill them almost all the way to the top. I think I can use one more. Now I want to do this closer to the oven. Okay, because I don't want to be like carrying this through the kitchen.
Full of water and.
I'm just doing this now because it's a demo, but I would, if I was in the kitchen, I'd do it as close as possible to the oven so I don't have to move a lot. Okay, let me get another one.
Yeah.
I'm freaking starving.
That's what my stomach looks like. It makes a crazy face.
The
Now
rest
give
I
it a
have
snippers mark.
are
It's
just
like.
the small one. I'm just gonna use the small one then.
You don't know where they all went, but you keep coming up with more.
Well, this is different sizes. I wish I had all the same size.
Those are the little ones,
These
okay.
are like medium,
Right.
small, all different sizes.
Stop judging me. You should stop judging me right now.
Now, I'm gonna add the water.
This right here.
So guys, when you put it in the oven, be very careful. I think I'm gonna take the grid. That way it's just flat because the grid is gonna make it like wobble a little bit.
Wobbly, wobbly, wobble, wobble.
You want it as flat as possible. And you want to move them as least as possible. So be careful with other people's hotel pans because it always happens. You end up moving people's hotel pans and then the water gets into the creme brulee and it's a big mess. So be very careful. You don't touch other people's custards and just do yours, worry about yours. So You wanna? Some people like using hot water. You can use hot water. It's gonna get hot
Fill
Mm-hmm.
anyway.
it up with some ice cubes, let it melt by itself.
I mean, it is hot. It's like the liquid, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go about halfway. I'm gonna cover it with aluminum foil.
Which is missing.
It's
Right here.
that's the aluminum. Oh, there you go. Why are you hiding it from me?
I like to see people struggle.
See that?
I have a couple tickets and that's about it.
Okay, then we're gonna completely cover it. So make sure you.
But won't the steam go into the creme brulee?